How much better is Crit CM in comparison to an Ancient 7 player? Probably a lot, but I'm pumped to find out. Remember that if you want to be a part of this series, you can follow me on Twitter or join the Discord channel to know exactly when I'll need a specific type of replay. Today we are facing this young man's Crystal Maiden game. He is playing safe lane CM, whereas Crit played the off lane paired with a Slaughter. One thing we can notice is that both players start with their items already purchased and they get to where they want instantly, so points for both. But right from the get-go, we can notice a trend that follows this young man throughout the entire replay. Before I'll tell you what it is, watch how Crit uses Crystal Nova in fights. Basically, Crit never used one-man Novas unless he was trying to burst the Morphling down or to secure range CS. The Ancient 7 player did a good job at harassing, but he spent mana without trying to use the full potential of the skill. There was clearly an angle for a 2-man Nova here, yet the point the player clicks is very lazy. The cast range of Crystal Nova is way bigger than people give it credit for. You have 700 cast range and an AoE of 425, giving you more than 1000 cast range, yet the player opted to slow only the Witch Doctor instead of the Magnus as well, and this mistake drags throughout the entire early game. You might say that the extra damage is meaningless, only a tango, right? Yet these little things can add up and allow Crit to constantly outplay his opponents. Not only that, if he landed the Crystal Nova on the Magnus here, the move speed and attack speed slow would severely reduce how much damage the Magnus deals. The Ancient 7 player committed 130 mana to deal 130 damage on one hero whilst taking 500 HP and being forced to pop himself. That's clearly not an advantageous trade, and a simple thing like that, like not accounting for that Crystal Nova, could change things a lot. Crit didn't use his mana every time it was available. He also rarely used one-man Crystal Novas, as we already talked about, but there's an even deeper layer of how he used his mana in lane. Take a look at this clip. Do you notice anything odd about it? Let's see it again. Don't you think that a hasty player or a worse player would quickly use Nova here? His ally is in trouble, they're using skills on him, and you can get a 2-man Nova, that's perfect. We were complaining about 1-man Novas before. Yet Slaughter is not really in trouble. Crit knows that, and instead of going for the 2 support Nova, he hits the Morph and the Witch Doctor, removing regen from him, and damaging him will always be better than a support. That being said, the Ancient player does get first blood with this wraparound here, where he lands one of the few 2-man Novas of the game. Even though the player didn't trade nearly as well as Crit, he got lucky with that first blood and he gets a huge net worth boost. But let's see how he uses that gold. He got first blood super close to Secret Shop, yet he runs towards the tower here for no reason when he could be easily buying boots. The end result of this is him getting the item way later into the game because of it. Crit buys everything that he used in the first 5 minutes in the side shop, and the only time he doesn't do that is when they get a kill on the dire hero but lose Slaughter. Not only this is faster than using the courier, but it also makes sure that other heroes in the game can access their items faster as well. Another thing to notice is the Mango and Clarity Crit buys. Not only Crit started with a Clarity, he was way better at mana sustain. If we go back to the beginning, you can see that he commits the Crystal Nova here, and a lot of great players sometimes wait for the next mana usage to then commit the Clarity as they hide. But CM cooldowns are fairly low, and Crit was super sneaky, allowing him to not only have the mana to explode the Morph here, but he keeps the Clarity going till the end, whilst having a Mango and then buying more regen. The Ancient player only brought 1 Mango from the base and he never refilled. In fact, he had to go for a very heavy build in Arcane Aura, whereas Crit went for the 2-1-2. Even though Crit had way less mana regen because he didn't have that 3rd point, and also learned Frostbite at level 3 instead of the Aura. Look how many spells he casted. You look at the numbers and you're probably like, sure, whatever, but it doesn't make that much of a difference, and that's because we did not account for the number of players that he hit, and thus the damage that each player did with the same mana. Another thing to talk about that might feel nitpicking to you, but that every high MMR player does consistently, is utilizing their stakes properly. And that means always saving the charges unless you think that popping them can severely change the outcome of a fight. For instance, look at Crit here. They get a bunch of kills, and Morph is nearby. A hasty player might have used the stick to slow the Morphling and get out, but he chills, he waits, the Morphling doesn't chase, and he saves those charges for later. Since he saved those charges for later, something will happen. The Ancient 7 player, on the other hand, when they go for this gank, has the right idea. He clicks the Lina, sees a TP, and realizes that he shouldn't use Frostbite aggressively while they get the kill. I'm pretty sure a better player would maybe body block the Lina while the Night Stalker goes for it. Void's cooldown is super fast, and they would get the kill nonetheless, especially with the Radiant Heroes being super aggressive bottom and Witch Doctor TPing to that lane a couple of seconds ago. In Crit's case, what happens is, a fight breaks out top, and the only reason that he gets a double kill is the wand. Not only the wand, but the fact that he saved those charges before. There's absolutely no way that he would get it otherwise, and that's the difference between top tier players. They constantly try to push things a little more. While there's nothing wrong about the Ancient player using the wand to get that Lina kill, it's not spectacular, and because of it, he's not a rank 8 player. As always, thank you very much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. If you enjoy my content and you want me here for the long run, maybe check my Patreon rewards and see if they work for you. As you know, I'm constantly casting, but almost always for free, so any help is greatly appreciated. You can find my Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord channel in the description below. Have a nice one.